What's up? Welcome to tonight's live stream. It's Wednesday, April 16th. We're already more than halfway through the month of April. And I feel like I haven't gotten anything accomplished in life. But that would be a myth. I actually did do some things. I got my taxes done. I got my registration done. I'll be getting my license renewed on Friday, so I have to drive out or ride out for that. Got some other ventures going. I've read some books, bought some more books, did some writing, all kinds of things. Just haven't been doing the streaming and video stuff as much. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it feels like, and when I say sometimes, I mean most of the time. Most of the time, it doesn't feel like it's worth my time. I get on here and I proceed to talk to myself for hours on end. And my goal, which I started live streaming to begin with, was to connect with people, to talk to people, share stuff, and learn from others. And that hasn't really happened at all. It's been mostly what you're seeing now. Just some guy in his house talking to himself, which gets old fast in a hurry. If you've never done it, I would encourage you to go 3 or 4 years talking to yourself, maybe about 500 hours a year. And I would love to know like how long you last. You know, if you're like, oh, it's fine, you should just talk to yourself. It's like, yeah, to have words to say on end for hours can be a challenge. Now, I'm not going to say many words because I am just going to do a task, or maybe I will, who knows. I have a few things that I could do. One is continue working on what I was working on yesterday. I would have to I need to go and verify if the phone number that we purchased the other day is now registered or has, you know, done the A2P, which I want to say it's an app to person or phone or something like that. There's a whole process that you have to do before you can start sending text messages on Twilio. So if that's been done, then I'm not blocked, but I think that takes some time. I don't know if that's an instant process. So for all intents and purposes, I'm currently blocked until I go and check. I have thought a little bit about, I guess, maybe I haven't written it. Maybe I can do that too. There's something that I didn't know, but I should have known because I used to work at a company where we did just this, where if you want to do a campaign on Twilio, you have to make an API request per phone number. Now, that may not seem like that big of a deal to most people. However, what happens if I have 250,000 phone numbers and I need to message all of these people? You know, like it's a real problem, right? Like if if people are dependent on the system to send text messages to all of their customers or leads or whatever, if they're doing a campaign or whatever, I need to be able to actually make this happen. So I had to contend with Twilio's API limits, their rate limiting, you know, all of the things. They have their terms of service on how you use their API. I need to make sure that I respect that. And obviously I can't take a naive approach where it's just, oh, I have all of the phone numbers, let me just loop through all of them and just send them, because that would fail. Then there's also reporting, right? So let's say I try to send a text message to a particular number and it doesn't work. Imagine if you're paying for this type of service, you probably want to know which numbers failed and for what reasons. Or say you schedule this campaign to start, but then later on in the day, you realize that, oh, I put the wrong time, and you want to go and update it. I need to be able to support that. So changing the time. But what happens if you've already, like if it already started and you realize some type of mistake and you want to, you know, cover your ass a little bit, you know? You should be able to cancel. Obviously, you can't cancel the ones that have already been sent, but you should be able to cancel the ones that haven't been sent and still get some reporting details about all of the other ones that are sent. Now, none of this stuff is built in, right? Like I'm using, I confirmed yesterday that their API SDK doesn't just handle that for me. So I'm going to have to handle that myself. And given that I am in a new runtime, not .NET, even though it is .NET, that's not new to me. The part that's new to me is the Azure functions. So I've thought a little bit about how I can make this work. So maybe I'll try to diagram. I'm not really good at diagramming. I'm better at writing, but I'll try to visualize it. It's in my head. Like it's in my head. I understand what I need to do, but maybe I'll try to explain what it is that I need to do visually. Maybe we'll see. There's also some stuff with the AI stuff that I've been working on. I want to test out Llama 4, but I also want to start building these agents, like actually getting some stuff operationalized and being made use of. What was that? Huh, I just heard some random noise. Anyways, let's go over to my screen share. We'll go to this one for now. I just learned something new about this particular, I'm not going to call it a framework, but Azure Functions. I did not know that I can have it automatically serialize and deserialize JSON bodies. So I don't need Twilio, to actually be up and running for this to work. And when I say up and running, I mean that number. Like I don't need that to be working to make that refactor, that change. So I am going to do that. I already have a Poca, plain old CLR object. It comes from Poja, from the Java world, plain old Java object, where it's basically just a data class, which in my opinion is a misuse of classes. But hey, maybe that's a wrong opinion to people who are the only thing they know is object-oriented programming languages. But for those of you who know more than object-oriented, for instance, you are functional, or you do structured, or you do procedural, or you do actor-based, like all these other paradigms that exist, it would make sense that you can have something like in TypeScript. TypeScript does its best, where you have an interface which describes that. Now you do have interfaces in what's this language, in C#, but it's a little bit different. You can't instantiate an interface, and it's not going by the types. It's something else. It's more something that you apply to a class, and then the interface enforces certain behaviors or certain properties. I don't think it's properties, actually. I think it's just behaviors. If I'm not mistaken, interfaces in C# are enforcing behaviors. So let's say you have an interface to log something, and you want a class to implement that interface. It's going to be certain functions, or I'm sorry, in object land, which you can tell I don't operate in object land. In object land, that would be methods. You could have abstract classes too, which also gives you some implementation that you could then override, all that other kind of stuff. I wonder what version of C# we're on. I haven't used C# in a long time. Let's see, C#. What version are they on these days? I don't know why I expected to be able to find this out just by going to their docs. So let's do this version, latest. 13. Holy crap. Wow. Okay. Damn. The last time I used C# in any meaningful way was C# 5. God damn. Okay. Like yesterday, I learned that there is pattern matching in C#. Who would have thought it? It doesn't work the same way that I would expect it to work, like in F# or any of the ML languages, but it's cool that it has it. It'd be nice if TypeScript gets that, or JavaScript, or whatever other languages get that. Cool. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and do something. I wonder if I should open this on this. You know what? I'm gonna switch my screen. I gotta make sure that I don't have any secrets here, because this is a real project. It's not just one of my side projects where I can easily just go and change stuff willy-nilly. I can change stuff here too, but I had to go into Azure land, and so I don't want to do all that. Okay, all right, perfect, cool. So we can come back into this right here. And what I found out is that I can give this up to 3 parameters. I can overload this. Now, I don't know where, like, I don't know, like, can I get to docs here? No, I can't. Yeah, I don't know where this is coming from, but apparently, based off of the doc that I was just looking at, this thing right here, based on this, I can give this up to 3 parameters. So I'm going to try to give it 3 parameters and see how that goes. So if I want the request, which I do obviously because I'm going to log stuff, there's telemetry that I need to do and all that kind of crap. Also, there might be, actually, I don't know how authentication works. Maybe it's already authenticated, but I'm going to assume that it's not already authenticated. If it's not, I'll need to be looking at headers, and there might be some other information that I need to extract from the request. So I'm going to do the overload that takes 3 parameters. And because you define these yourself. That's the problem. You define these yourself. What's up, Myers? Do you know the game Dead by Daylight? I love this game so much. When I saw your explanation about Rust, I wanted to share my favorite game. No, I have not. Believe it or not, I don't know much about games. I know Grand Theft Auto 6 is not out yet. I know that even though I have this M3 Ultra Max Studio, I still can play City Skylines at a frame rate above 30 frames per second. In fact, it barely gets to that. I play a game called Fight Night, specifically the one from the mid 2000s. I love Tetris, so I have Tetris Effect, and I bought it for my PS4. And then when I gave my PS4 to my little brother, and eventually bought an Xbox One, I rebought the game. I love Red Dead Redemption, but no, I have never heard of Dead by Daylight. I haven't heard of most games though, so to be fair. And I'm curious, if you are rusty in a particular language, does that make you a Rust developer? I think so. Now, the twist, the curveball in this is that I'm rusty with Rust too. And I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be funny. Like I can do things in Rust. It's just I haven't done it in a long time. One of the downsides of being kind of at the intersection of a lot of different areas in the tech world is that I've never really specialized in any particular language. Now, there have been 2 that I've gotten deeper in, and one of those is C# and .NET, and I'm really relying on my skills from years ago. It's been over a decade for me now since I've actually done anything in C# or .NET, and to be effective and be able to get stuff done, I'm relying purely on that. The other one is TypeScript and like the Node kind of ecosystem ish, and Electron and all that kind of stuff. I got kind of deep in that, as well as Git, due to the nature of the work that I was doing. But outside of that, I'm all over the place. I've done Java, I've done F#, OCaml, what's that language? Scala, Swift, Objective-C, C++. There are others. Octave. What's the one for MATLAB? I forget their language. Julia is another one. Python. I'm all over the place. Premium Forza, he says, I prefer the term dusty engineer. Well, I'm not dusty though. That's the problem. Like, you come over here, you'll realize I am a very clean individual. You would wonder, you'd be like, wait, I've never seen someone like this. And it's like, you'd be right. But yes, I do like that, dusty. Technically, I am dusty now though. No, I don't have a job. And I think according to a certain demographic, if you don't have a job that makes you dusty, even if you still have other things going for you, so yeah, I have no job. So I'm gonna go with, yes, I'm a dusty engineer, dusty C# developer. which makes sense because, you know, in the grand scheme, like I don't think C# developers are known for, you know, bringing in the moolah like that, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so how does this work? Apparently I can give this, wait, no, that's not it. I saw it here. Yeah, so apparently I can make this the type and then it should just work. Now, what's confusing to me is that this class right here, it doesn't need to implement any type of interface. And I would expect that to be the case. Now, whatever this is, I don't know what site this is, but whatever the site is, it's not giving me any leads to the docs, which is what I'm used to working from, because I'm a real developer. I rely on docs, not whatever this is. But the problem is that in Microsoft land, finding docs that's literally a job function in and of itself. It takes years. And even when you have years of experience trying to get through their docs, it still takes more years to actually find anything useful. And eventually you become like me and you just move on. You're like, you know what? I have better things to do with my life. But not today. Not today, unfortunately. I don't have anything better to do. In fact, this is one of the things I have to do so I can move forward. So yeah, it says I can just do that. So let's just do that and see how that goes. So mine isn't called whatever request. I'm assuming that this isn't something by convention. It could be whatever. I have a class somewhere to send. Oh wait, I did put request on it. Never mind. So yeah, so let's, instead of this being an HTTP request, this is going to be a that. And then I want to say that I can give this another parameter. The problem is that because I don't know the contract for these things. Oh, wait, maybe I do know. No, I don't know. Yeah, because I don't know the contract for what a controller is in Azure land. I'm gonna go look at the docs. How about that? Instead of complaining, I'll just go do it. Azure functions controller. Triggers, bindings, okay. Register, binding, extensions, binding, expression patterns. Okay. Isolated worker model and process model. What's the isolated worker model? I love how they just throw words in here and then there's no links to be like, okay, well, what is that? So isolated worker model, Azure functions. Yeah, waste of time, literally. This whole preamble, waste of time. Like, why is it even here? Okay, there are two modes in which you can run your library functions, either in the same process as the function's host runtime and process or isolated worker process. Within that function run an isolated worker process, you take advantage of the following. Okay, fewer conflicts, don't care. Full control of the process, don't care. Standard dependency injection. Okay, I care about this because you have full control of the process. You could use current .NET behaviors for dependency injection and incorporate middleware into your function. Okay, and .NET version flexibility. Don't care right now. Okay, so dependency injection. I get that. I guess. Startup and configuration. This in the program. So right now, I am relying on. Let me see. I'm relying on this right here. This builder configure function web application. Enabled by default, builder services, application insights. Okay. So I'm using a functions web application. I don't know if that's what I should be using, but that's what I'm using. Or I can do this. I'm not going to do that. This seems like, yeah, this is where I would put in my dependency injection stuff. But for right now, I don't need it. So I'm going to assume that all of my stuff right now is going to be isolated process. And according to here, I can get a request data request, or I don't see another one. This example multi-response object. A multi-response object definition, which returns both the HTTP response and writes a message to a storage queue. Oh, this part right here, this data annotation. Got it. Okay, so if I wanted to return this type of response, I would make a class for it. I'm not going to worry about that for now because that's not what I'm interested in. I am more interested in finding out how do I guess the word is bind that they're using, new nomenclature for Azure functions. Okay, clicking this is classic Microsoft Docs. It's like, okay. All right, supported bindings. Disable source of bindings so to support the major versions. Okay. Is there something that gives me 2 or 3 parameters? Run a function from an HTTP request. Okay. Looks like the same thing. Following example, trigger returns hello world. Following shows HTTP trigger. Yeah, this only has 1 parameter. So if I can't figure it out here, what I'm going to do is figure it out the old-fashioned way, which is just do it and see if it works, and then I'll learn that it does, and then I'll move on in my life. Unless, wait a minute, the following function, customize HTTP endpoint. By default, you create a function. It's addressable with a route of the form. You can customize this route using an optional route property. On the triggers input binding, you can use web API route constraint with your parameters. That's not what I'm interested in. All right, so it seems like I'm just gonna have to do the fuck around, find out method, which always works. I always find out. So then, this, where are we at? Yeah, this is gonna be whatever that is, the body. In fact, maybe there's this convention that I was looking at here. Nope, that's not it. This one. So the convention seems to be to name it after the thing. I'm not going to say metadata. This is probably just going to be data. But yeah, I'll probably name mine data. So then we'll say data, and I do understand that I could just rename it, but I don't know if I want to do that yet because I still want the request. And then from here, I should be able to get the HTTP requests. Forgot the name of that type, and I think it's HTTP requests. Cause yes, it is. This is the one right here. And I don't have to put any other type of annotation here. Okay, so we'll put REQ for our request. Now I don't like how it's doing these data annotations. I have a preference for my data annotations to be of this form here. Oh, okay, it kept it. Okay, perfect. Yeah, to me, this is easier to read than to have this all on one line. Or maybe, no. Yeah. I don't like that. I want it all on one line like this. Either these two need to be on the same line, which is not letting it happen, or the type and the parameter need to be on the same line, which I prefer. So if I do this, it automatically does the thing. So I don't need this deserialized thing that I've been doing over here. I hope, maybe we'll see. I don't need to do this. So what I'll do is just log that out. Log information. And then we'll do what do I call it? Data from number. We'll just do one of them for now. Man, the semicolon is pissing me off. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought I can get over it, but it's really hard for me to type semicolon at the end of every line. It sounds dumb, but it's not dumb to me. Okay, so I'm gonna write this out just to confirm that it's doing the thing. Oh, and I'm gonna do toNumber too because toNumber is an array. So we'll do toNumbers, and then we'll select, we'll just say X to X. No, I don't need to do that. I think there's a join. Yeah, there is a join. And then, what does join take? No, it's not this join. Gosh, what's the one? What's the join for the string? It's like a string dot join or something like that. Oops. This is what I mean by like my knowledge is rusty. And this is technically .NET stuff. It is string dot join. Okay, I was lying. I know what I'm doing. All right, so we're gonna join it with that. I was just testing y'all, see if y'all knew what you were doing. Oh, and I don't need to do this because wait, no, I do need to do that, I guess. All right, let's see. Simplify name string. Oh, it wants me to use the lowercase string. All right. See, I'm used to, it was a convention when I was doing this that if you wanted to access static methods, you would do the capital string. But I mean, I'm just gonna complain. I'll leave it as such. All right. So I'm gonna log some other information from the request just to make sure that that's coming in as I expect. Log information. And I don't know what I want to log. It doesn't really matter. I just want to get something from the request. So let's see. Maybe IP address? No. There is a way to get the IP address, I'm sure. I just don't remember how you do host. Let's get host. How about that? Okay. So we're going to get all these bits of information, hopefully. The message task. Yeah, I'm actually going to build some stuff that handles all this. So this is going to go away soon, hopefully in the future. Now, I don't really care if these things run at the moment. Okay, bring that over here. Let's get this started up. And go ahead and put a breakpoint right here. Hopefully things work as I expect them to. Okay, send message. We get the host, perfect. And a failure. Okay, so no, that doesn't just work. Okay. Reach the maximum retry count. Okay, where did it fail? .NET Exodus code 139. I don't know what that code means. I need to look that up in a bit. System core lib exception while executing function. System private .NET Exodus. Okay, with 139. All right. System socket. Okay, get a cancellation token. So apparently I can't just do this, as I was kind of led to believe that I could just do by this thing right here. Wait, where did it fail at? It failed here. From number. Okay, yeah, it failed there. Okay, so let's try to find some information in these impossible docs. Yeah, I don't see that version here. So maybe that's not possible in this new version, or this version I'm using, maybe. Who knows? Modify the ACP response. So I don't care about the response. I only care about the request right now. I'm not seeing that here. Supportable end supportable end for the end process model. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm using nice. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. Now I wonder if this right here needs to be different. This authorization, all that crap. HTTP data requests. Yeah, I wonder if this part right here, if this annotation should go to the request. Is that what it's doing here? No, it's not. It's going to this right here. All right, maybe it will be in this concepts. Maybe here. Hosting, let's go. Who thought that having everything in a tree was the best way to lay this information out? About triggers and bindings, this could be useful. Binding expression patterns. I don't know what that means, but maybe. Okay. It would be really cool if there were a table of contents over here. But no, I guess I have to scroll through classic Microsoft. Trigger and binding definitions. Function has a single trigger with one or more bindings. The type of binding is either input or output. Okay. Triggers are and bindings are defined differently depending on development language. Trigger and binding names are limited to alpha. Okay, don't care. HTTP trigger is defined on the run method for a function named. Okay, so it must just be saying this run method. I don't think it needs to be called run. Sample shows a multi-response. I don't care about a multi-response. Add binding. You can connect your function to other services by using input or output bindings. Add a binding by adding a specific definition to your function. Learn how see add bindings to an existing. Okay, let's see that. HTTP requests. Nope. Manually add bindings based on it. When adding the binding to an existing function, you need to add binding specific attributes to the function definition and code. Again, this is only the output. I don't care about the output. How come it's not showing the request? I'm assuming they're called bindings. I actually don't know if they're called bindings. And there's this Twilio. Let's see. Look at this. This is silly. So they have this thing and then it's like, oh yeah, there's no support for it. So why is there a whole doc with all this crap that says nothing? Literally, none of this is useful. The only part that's useful is Twilio isn't currently supported. Gosh, come on. I can't download it. That sucks. I would love to download it. Okay, fine. Let's go back to HTTP. We have samples, which takes me to here. Sure. MLNet Taxi Trip API, Cosmos DB. HTTP uses Cosmos. I don't care about a backend. I only want to know how can I give it a JSON body without me having to deserialize it myself. I don't want to have to do that. Here we go. Including body parameter. Okay, let's look at that. And then a text wall. Oh my gosh, this is so the the primary action is this right here. But for whatever reason, Microsoft and all of their technical prowess, I'm being facetious here, they make it this tiny little thing right here. All right, which one of these is a function? Okay, nope. Resources, services, is that where they put it? No. Maybe they say where they put it. It's just a bunch of stuff. Okay. I'm sure somebody has infinite time and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna read this text wall, instead of them just saying, here's the thing you need to go to. But I think I can figure it out. We'll just look at these names and figure out which one seems like it would be what I would do. None of these. Extensions? No. Services? Probably. Huh. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to search, and then we'll do HTTP request. Nope. I'm looking for oh, here we are, right here. There we go. Okay, so we get that route, request, string, bin ID. So I don't want that. I want something else. That's not it. HTTP request. I don't see anything that hints that this is something that I'm getting from a JSON object. The string bin ID, this reads as if this would be in the path. So it would be whatever this function is / bin ID. That's not what I'm after. I want to have an actual body somewhere. I don't see that anywhere here. Okay, let's look for another verb. We'll look for post. Okay, this is the only place where a post would be. All right, let's just look and see if there's anything interesting going on. Log information, request. Nope, no. Now, I could have swore I saw the word body. Okay, I did see body in there. Okay, I wasn't lying. Including the body headers. Okay, that's obviously not what I'm looking for. I need just the body. And this all okay, fine. All right, sure. All right, web API. So maybe this has something that's useful to me. Oh, maybe not. Gosh, I hate Microsoft. Now I will say that technically I'm not blocked by this. I just don't want to do what I was doing. All right, and then here's what I was doing. Let me just undo. That's too much effort. Stop this. Actually, I don't know if I committed. You know what? I can go check. Make sure that that's what I had. Yeah. Okay, cool. Go away. Okay, so yeah, this is what I just don't want to do this. That's why I'm trying to figure out how can I not do this, because this is a lot of stuff that I have to do. I have to worry about, think about. that I don't think I should have to worry or think about. Because when I'm in TypeScript or Node or JavaScript land, whatever land you want to call it, I don't have to care about that. It's just like, it's a given. But it's not just a given in this Azure function world that I'm living in right now. Oh, okay. Maybe this is Selenium WebDriver. Seriously? Wait, hold on. Maybe, okay, no, we're good. Okay, all right, cool. HTTP. Action result run post. Yeah, I've not seen a. And yeah, they're doing what I'm doing right here. See, I don't want to do this. I don't want to have to use Newtonsoft, but I guess I have to. So yeah, I didn't want to do this right here. Now, I forgot that StreamReader implements iDisposable. So I should probably go and update mine. Cause I think yeah, you got to dispose it. And if you use the using thing, it'll automatically dispose of it for you, which is a little bit smarter, I think. Where am I using body? All of these, okay. Oh, wait, you can await inside of here? I didn't know that. I didn't know that you couldn't await inside of a using block. Let's see. Or you couldn't have a task inside of a using block. Using block task await C#. It's just saying that when it's a task, it dies with it. So then maybe I don't need to do this. Because this is a task. At least this part right here is because it's await. Yeah, so maybe I don't have to dispose of it. I'm going to assume. Obviously, I'll tighten this up later. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're really back to where we started. So I guess I can't do what I wanted to do because according to this little example here, they're doing what I'm doing, which is, it kind of sucks. To me, this is really stupid that I had to deserialize my own JSON body. How come that does that? Like, it seems like that should just be built in. I shouldn't have to do that myself. I shouldn't have to go and decide what library I'm going to use to do that, which I've already done it, but I was hoping I can delete code. It's one of my favorite things to do. All right, let's organize. Okay, wait, can I not? Huh, okay, so it doesn't automatically fix imports or usings or whatever they call these things. Okay, all right, that sucks. Damn, that's really all I wanted to do. What's that? All right, well, let's go into building out this other thing. Okay, so I want to say each one of these message things is going to return back a SID, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Okay, so each one of these is going to get an SID, so I know I need to keep that. So let's say I have some type of persistent storage here. So we'll say persistent storage. In this case, it would probably be Cosmos DB. Some type of something that I can easily throw some things in like a bag type of format. Oops. Okay, so first thing is the SID that I want to have. That didn't do what I thought it would do. Well, here thinking I can press tab as if I'm in a Excel sheet. The next thing that I probably would want to create is a dispatched at or a created at, probably created at or created time maybe. And that doesn't do what I thought it would do either. And this is when the thing gets created. Maybe I want to have an expiry. No, I don't think I want to have an expiry. Now I do want to have a dispatched time. So we'll say dispatched. I'm going to rename this too. So these are my time things. I want to have a status. And maybe just to make my life slightly easier, maybe. It's not actually easier, it's the same. Have a status here. And maybe we would have an ID in case there's multiple of the same SID. I'm not really sure how a SID behaves yet. Okay. So we'll also have an ID. Like so. We'll have a status, and then we'll have a cancellation context or cancellation token or something like that. Cancellation. Well, I'm gonna call it a token because I don't know what else to call it right now. Cancellation token. Okay. It would be really cool if these things were persistent so I don't have to keep. I'm sure there's a way to do that. No, I guess not. Okay. Okay, so this ID, I don't know, just keep track of the message queue. So this is going to go to a queue type of thing. QUEUE. And this is going to be the ID of the message, I guess. ID of Twilio message response. We can actually go and figure out what a Twilio SID represents. Messaging API. Unique ID for any message successfully created. Okay, so it's okay. All right. So ID of the Twilio message response. Okay. Time created. is not going to be when it's actually sent. It's going to be when I created it. And the reason for that is, let's say that I need to have this thing delivered in 3 days, or there's a window that it needs to be delivered in. I need to know, like, can I do it? is it past that 3-day window? If so, I would just delete it or something like that. So we'll just say when the message is created. This is an API, right? Created on API. Alright, and this time dispatched will be when the message actually like gets put in a queue or something, right? Like it's not actually going to run, or maybe it will. We'll put a question mark right here. This will be the completed, queued, errored, something like that. And I'll put in like the response from Twilio. And same thing with the completed. So maybe what I'll do is it'll be do that. So it'll be this or that, or queued, something like that. And then this right here could be, what can this be? This could be a token that can cancel an active request, or I don't know, an active something. I'm gonna call it a request. I don't know what else to call it right now. Words are hard. What's up, Travel Diaries? It's been a long time. See, how are you? You know, I can be better. You know, I can be better. I haven't really been around as much because I don't like talking to myself that much. I'm gonna be real. Like it gets old after a while. So I was in my little group that I host every Wednesday. I was like, lately I have been choosing just go hang out with my friends. I'm like, I can either sit here and talk to myself for hours, and I see there's just me and you probably here right now. So I'm over here talking to myself. Oh, now it's just me again. It's just me by myself. Never mind, I lied. It's just me. Yeah, so I was like, I've been choosing to go hang out with my friends instead, because at least they respond. They talk back. I do not. Unless you've changed your name. I've noticed that people, they change their names often, and I can't keep up. I can barely keep up with myself. Oh, wait, no, there's one more here. Wait, did I have it canceled? Yeah, that's what, yeah, I should have canceled. In fact, I'm going to delete this because this is a given that is going to come from that. I don't have to be all specific here. I guess the Twilio response. I don't know if I'm going to retry. Maybe I should. Yeah, maybe I should have a retry here, just in case. And I will also ask if that's something that we want to have too. So we'll say retry count this right here, this probably be the response. Maybe I shouldn't say created. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it as created. Me and Jimmy, we are the two people they always see. Yeah, Jimmy. You talking about Jimmy like Jimi? Him? I think that's. If so, then yeah, he's in the Discord. Are you in the Discord? Do you even know that there's a Discord? I don't really promote it. I'm supposed to, but I'm supposed to do a lot of things. I'm not really good at manually doing things myself. But yeah, if you're talking about Jimi, then yeah. Yeah. I see him sometimes in Discord. I wonder if maybe yeah, never mind. I'm thinking that maybe this should probably be something else here. So I would have an ID and then this cancellation token would go there. Yeah, I think maybe that would be a better thing to do, and then I can come back in and update the cancel thing. It would be nice if I could just make this a table. This is hard. I'm sure that that does exist in this tool. Maybe I would hope. Delete that line. Okay. I think Jimmy is not here. No, it's probably just you, me, and. It's saying that there's 4 people here. I don't trust this, but it's you, me, and possibly someone else who shall remain nameless because I don't know. They're just not saying anything. So this table right here will keep track of my like if I need to cancel something. So things won't go into here until after a certain point, until after the message is actually created, right? Because obviously if the message isn't created, it doesn't come into this table. So message gets created and then it gets added to this other thing right here, which is for cancellation. It'll go into here and all this is Cosmos. What should I call this? I don't know. I'm just gonna. I'll come up with names later. That's too much effort for me to do right now. So it'll come into this cancellation thing right here, which would be a list of all the things that are still running. So I would need some type of way to clean this up at some point. I'm also gonna need another box for a Oh, oh. I have a name for this now. Excuse me. So this is going to be my stats, I guess, thing, or will it? No, it won't. I need another thing for stats. Oh, excuse me. So this is kind of a mix. I have stats in here. Technically, no. If this is all part of a job, so I would need some type of scheduler thing as well. So I'm gonna just put a box over here. So I'm gonna just say that this is my, how come that doesn't do it, I think. Yeah, so this is gonna be my stats response. I'm just labeling it now because it's a logical thing right now. May not be a table, it may not be any actual data that's not already covered here. And then here will be a scheduler. Make this bigger, maybe. I hope that's how you spell scheduler. If not, whatever. Make this extra large. And then I need the dispatcher. And that's where this stuff comes in. Like, I'm gonna keep some state. So maybe I'll just put, oh, come on now. What the? Yeah. So these two things are gonna be my state that I need to keep track of. And I'm gonna make that blue for the I know state. So yeah, I have my scheduler, which needs to feed a dispatcher, which handles my rate limiting. Oh, come on, why is it the same color? Okay, yeah. All right, so this will be my dispatcher. And then handles rate limiting. Rate limiting, and then what else would it handle? Retrying and cancellation. That's a question. So this is going to be the thing that does the things. Scheduler will call my dispatcher, which will, its whole job is to rate limit shit. Also, yeah, and retrying. And I guess if you want to cancel, yeah, you would call the yeah, all right, yeah, that's it. What else? For now, the dispatcher is just going to call Twilio. And I'm going to mark Twilio as orange. It's an external system. This isn't a actual, I'm just randomly using colors right now. It's not, don't read too much into it. So we'll have that. And then we have my stats thingamajig. Okay. Twilio is going to report. It's not actually going to report, but it's going to be connected to here somehow. We'll just do one of these things. I don't know why is that color? It's gonna be one of those things. The rate limiter dispatcher thing is gonna call into the API, which is Twilio for now. I'm not gonna draw another box, it's too much effort. So it'll call into here. And the schedule, wait, where's my cancellation registry? Okay, I'm missing the box. I need another box. I'll just put it up here. I'll call this my cancellation. Cancellation. I don't know. How do you spell cancellation? I spelled it properly, right? Cancellation. Cancellation token registry. And this is state. So because this is state, I'm gonna mark it blue. Actually, I'm not, but it is state. It's basically this thing right here. Yeah, so the scheduler is going to put information in two places. Oops. Make this bigger, that'll make my life a little bit easier. So we're gonna do one of these doodads. Do that here. And then I want this to go up here, because the cancellation registry will also feed into this right over there. Okay, so we're gonna have one of these arrows. Why is it blue? I don't know. And then we're gonna have another one of those arrows into here. This will flow into here. In the dispatcher, the dispatcher needs to communicate to this as well. Yeah. Now I'm just going to draw an arrow because these two things are going to communicate in both ways. And what do I mean by that? Let's say this fails. Well, in order for it to get retried, I don't think it needs to go back into the scheduler because it's already been scheduled. It's going to go back to the dispatcher. I don't know how you do a two-way thing here, so I'm gonna do this because, you know, whatever. And then I can say for retries maybe. And maybe even canceling too. Yeah, so if this gets canceled, it goes to here, and then I should probably go and tell the dispatcher, oh, by the way, if you have this thing, go delete it maybe. So we'll say retries. We'll say retry and then cancellation. Like so. This is, I'm probably going to take a screenshot of this and tell AI to do something, and that'll segue me into the other thing I want to try. Okay, and then Twilio is just going to talk directly to this. Send this stuff here, because there shouldn't be any type of two-way thing. Yeah, so we'll just, that goes into here like that. And this is my state. So when I schedule a message, there's probably some other state that I want here as well, but yeah, not in this, but for the scheduler. But when I schedule it, it goes into my dispatcher. It won't have a SID yet. Now that I think about it, this needs to be a two-way sync. Yeah, this needs to be two-way. All right, how do I, all right, so I need this to be both arrowheads. We'll do both. Yeah, that's what I want. Here's why. When this actually does the thing, it's going to give me back a SID, which I'm going to be storing here. Now, I don't think Twilio can actually do my thing. And maybe this is where I have an API client, like some type of API thing. That, no. Yeah. So we're going to pass in the SID here. And maybe there's no need for it to. Yeah, maybe there's no need to report from here. Yeah, we'll just delete that. Yeah. So this will give me back all of my information. So I'll just delete that because it'll be the response. Then I want this to be that dual arrow thing as well. Like so. All right, that's my rough idea of what I think is gonna work for this. I'm just trying to think of how this is working. I think this is working the way that I think it's supposed to work. So this segues me into something else. Let's open up ChatGPT because I think that's I don't have anything local that can read images. Good for writing, exploring ideas, coding and visual reasoning. Okay, sure. Gotta move this off to the side so I can actually copy this. Yeah, I haven't decided how I'm going to integrate with webhooks yet, but idempotency. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I do need to think about that. Okay, this is basically my retry, but I didn't specify it, but that's okay. It's good that it's explicitly calling it out, but this was one of the things in my head. Like, how do you retry? You don't just do it a bunch of times. Efficient change fees versus table scans. Okay, this is good to know. I don't know anything about Cosmos DB, but now that I know it has this thing right here, or Azure Q Storage. I think I was going to use the Azure Q Storage. Yeah, I want to say that's what I was going to use. I didn't give any implementation details. Wait, when did I say I'm using Azure Functions? Wait, how did I put Azure Functions anywhere? Oh, I put Cosmos DB. It must have picked it up from that. I'm like, how did it know I'm using Azure Functions? Okay, never mind. It's probably from the Cosmos DB. I don't have to care about this. Monitoring and alerting, eventually. Okay. Now, I think I told it to clean up the thing, but maybe it didn't. Let's see what it does. I guess this is Mermaid. Oh wait, Markdown doc. No, this is Mermaid. Let's see what this is like. I don't think I have Mermaid. Maybe I do. Parse error. Huh. Okay. Well. All right. Let's see if I get that same parse error here. I do. Scheduler. Expecting the SQE. Double circle APEs. Okay, I don't know what any of those are. Got PS. Oh man, that performance is slow. How did it go? That's not great. Yeah, this it's not great. I wonder why it changed it completely. All right, whatever. I give up. That's as much as I can take of that. But anyway, I've at least visually, kind of walked through this system that's gonna handle these things. I also happen to, I think, what's that tool called in what do you call it? Azure Functions. There is a There is a rate limiter, I think. Excuse me. Hey, where did my notes go? Should probably put that in my PR or in an issue that I'm gonna create later. Send text, get history, get aggregates. And I'm gonna have to figure out how to have like class library stuff in Azure Function. That's something else that needs to get figured out at some point. But I don't need to figure that out now. So there should also be a, wait, let me go to the source. Wait, go. Oh, this is 100% go. Okay. Oh, this is the class right here. Okay, so I'll also dump this in there. So I can leverage this to do some things for me, so I don't have to implement everything myself. It's part of threading. Okay. All right, so that's it for that. I've done some notes. What I set out to do, which is have Azure Functions automatically parse my, or I'm calling it parse, but deserialize my request body. Turns out I had to do that manually, which is what I was already doing. I was hoping I can delete code. I'm not gonna be able to delete code. So knowing that I had to do it that way, I'm gonna move on. I did my system design so I can move forward. I'm not going to implement that here, obviously. In fact, I probably won't do it live because I'm noticing that when I do things that are actually valuable, you know, where you can learn something from, engagement just goes off the cliff. No one watches. Tank shit. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stop doing it in the future. But I did need something to just kind of get me started. That's the only reason why I went this way. All right, so what else do I need to do? Let me close this just in case there's something I don't want to share. And given that I can't do what this says that I can do, it's dead to me now. Oh shit, let me pull this out. I didn't realize I still had that open. Okay, I'll open up this LM Studio. Runtime updated. Metal Llama CPP newly loaded. Okay, all right. maybe I shouldn't have all of these here. I'll only keep the last two versions. Is it opening? Oh, it did. Okay. Okay, let's go through this. See what's going on. Decoder, fully open source. All right, joint collaboration between Agentica and Together AI released Decoder 14 billion parameter preview. Code reasoning model fine-tuned from DeepSeek R1 distilled Qwen 14b. Distributed, I assume RL is reinforcement learning. Achieves an impressive 60.6% pass at 1 accuracy on live code bench. 8% improvement, matching the performance of O3 Mini. 2025 January low, 01 2024 with just 14 billion parameters. Open source dataset, code, training logs, and system optimization for everyone to progress on scaling. Okay. Let's just download it and see how it performs. Okay. Maybe it's still in my... No, it's not. Okay. It's a rate limiter using... Did I close it? See what it does. Will it know to do C#? And I'm in developer mode, so it's going to show all of the thinking and all that kind of stuff. Let's see how we're looking on here. Where's my RAM? Okay, there we are. Beautiful. Look at that, man. So much RAM. I love it. And use Python. Okay, so we'll send that. But while it's doing that, let's see what it did here. Okay, it didn't. It didn't actually do what I expected, because this is a class that exists and it assumed that it didn't exist. One thing I want to figure out is can I get this to connect to the internet? Maybe that's what this, if I do this right here, maybe this will enable that, because I was looking at the MCP stuff. It's right here. Oh, and I installed, do I have it yet? I don't think I've opened it yet. Yeah, but I downloaded Cursor, but I haven't actually installed it yet. I will do that at some point. Yeah, it's not there. Okay, so I should do that at some point, because that's going to be the secret sauce for me, is being able to go out to other agents per se to do things. All right, well, also load that, because I can load them all. And I'm gonna tell it that this, oh shit, it's not here. Oh wait, maybe that's all. Maybe that doesn't exist in .NET 8. No, it does. Yeah. Oh, it's ASP.NET. Ah, okay. So I can't use this. Oh no. I should be able to use it. It's part of system threading. But maybe not, because it's saying ASP.NET Core. And I have no idea how to change this. It's just, man, this is weird. So maybe I can't use this. Package Microsoft ASP.NET Core. Okay, no, I can't use this. Okay, so then, all right. So we have our token rate limiter, capacity tokens. Okay, we're using this as a lock. Okay. Where we do our capacity. We have a pull. Fill tokens, and then our Twilio dispatcher. Client rate limiter. This looks decent. There will be some additional work here. Now, but no, go and get all of the numbers or whatever. But I need batching too. Or maybe with an array of numbers, potentially hundreds of thousands. Let's see what it comes back with. And while it's doing that, let me delete this because I don't care about that. And this unnamed chat, this is the deep think thingamajig. What can I have it do? Oh, here. I have a product recipe with the following ratio of ingredients. So we're gonna have 40, 20, 20, which is then mixed. I guess we can delete these zeros. Just then mixed. Into, oh wait. I take the ingredients, mixed ingredients, one OZ, of the mixed ingredients and combine it with 12 oz of water. I need to scale this to batches of 6 gallons. I'm not going to tell it what I want. I'm just going to see if it can figure it out. Now, I don't know what this is touching right now. I have no insight into if it's using the, what do you call those things? The neural engine or whatever. Maybe there is something where we can see that. Let's see. Mac OS CLI neural engine task monitor. Yeah, this is what I've been asking, like, why? You can run ASI top on CLI to see the load install via brew. Oh, perfect. Wait, is it here? I see memory, GPU, media. Oh, yes, look at that. Okay. Yeah, all right. I'm assuming my version of top isn't doing that. Or maybe it does. Maybe I have to go into setup and maybe there's something that I can add. Like options. Not seeing it there, so let's go under meters. Do we have one? CPU. I don't see an A&E anywhere. Yeah, okay, all right, well, I'm gonna install the one that they were talking about. Oh, pip, do I have pip installed? Pip 3? Yes. Is that the only way? Can I not do with brew? Homebrew? I prefer to do it with homebrew. If I can. It's called ASI top. Yeah, it is here. Okay. Yeah, this is taking a long time. I don't know what it's doing. So GPU is being pegged like crazy, but I'm not seeing that. Oh wait, no, that's a CPU. Where's my GPU? Yeah, oh, it says it right here. Okay. But it's not using the neural engine. Okay, so forgot how I detached this. Just create a new one right here. Okay, this isn't great. Mission denied. Oh, okay. I wonder why it worked on the other one. Oh, wait. Maybe it was in this session that it worked. All right, let's Let's just close that up. Yeah, no A&E. No idea what it's doing. It would be nice if I can see what it's like, if it's doing anything. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. All right, let's move this and then close this down. Star this out, don't forget it. Yeah, how are they getting the A&E stuff? Some information is guesstimate and hard coded there doesn't seem, oh, okay. So the median engine max bandwidth, okay. Power metrics is used to measure the following: GPU, media, package, A&E, okay, energy consumption. Well, it's better than I had. It's, you know, it may not be everything I want, but it's something. Let's hide that. Stop this, and the message contains no content. AI has nothing to say. Huh. So maybe I'll give it an instruction, or maybe I had to tell it to do something. I cannot spell. I don't know if it's doing anything. Yeah, it's a deep sticker. Maybe it's because I'm doing both of these. I didn't realize that it was still doing all this. Okay. Okay. It can only do one at a time? Or wait, which model am I using? Which one was I using over here? Oh, it's the same model. Oh, for whatever reason, I thought that each one of these chats had a separate model attached to it. Okay, all right, user error. This is fine. I don't care about the thinking right now. I'll come back and look at it. No, I do want to look at it right now. Okay, I can kind of spot check it. 4 times 6, 384 primary ingredients. I should have told it that I wanted it in, yeah, this is my fault. I'm going to let it finish and then I'm going to correct it and give it the units. So this is in grams. That's the trick. This is in grams. And then this right here is in ounces. However, I also know it in milliliters, but we're testing to see if it's able to go back and forth between these things, because obviously ounces and gallons are different. I should also state that this ingredient, it goes into 1 liter of water. That's one thing I'm missing. So I'm gonna let this finish. It seems to be doing something. Let's see how we're doing on GPU usage. 100%, you know, pegging all these GPUs. gonna go ahead and open up another one of these. We'll put it down here. And we'll look for LM Studio. All right. So I trust the processing and all that stuff on the right more than the left, because it's the tool that I'm used to using. And also breaks it across all cores, but it doesn't show as well as the GPU stuff. But maybe I can add, you know what? Maybe I can add that. Let's see. No, it's only CPUs. It does feel nice to have 32 of them though, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it would be cool if I could see, what do you call that thing? GPU stuff, but nah, I'm not gonna see it. Maybe it's here? Nope. Yeah, so this is only CPU, which, whatever. This other tool gives me GPU stuff, which is nice. And it's showing me power consumption. Now, I don't know how accurate it is, but according to this, it's saying that I'm drawing on average of 83 watts of power, which is really low. It peaked at 99. I thought that this thing was capable of drawing like a couple hundred, maybe 300 watts of power. Now, that's not to say that I expect it. You know, these things are efficient, and maybe what I'm doing is just not that difficult, maybe. All right, I'm gonna quit this thing, get it to redraw. Oh man, this is getting old. Yeah, that way we can, it looks prettier. It's taking a while too. Now this is the mixture of experts, deep thinker. So hopefully it's going to give me back something. It's doing a lot. I wonder if it's just in an infinite loop, because it's saying but wait. I see but wait a lot. Okay, all right, yeah. Let's stop this. It's starting to loop a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna give it the original thing again. We're gonna copy this again, put that here, and then follow ratio ingredients in grams mixed with 1 liter of water to form a syrup. I'll be more specific now. These are 1 ounce of the syrup, and I won't say mixed. Syrup is combined with 12 ounces of water. I need to scale this batch of 6 ounces. Scale it for me. Okay, maybe it won't get looped. Still have no idea what's going on. Gotta learn this programming shit. I'm not programming at the moment. It's not hard. I'm just wasting time on other things. I know with them crazy thoughts you have. Watching Tenet. This is why I'm like, yeah, you know, I don't really watch that stuff. The most I'll do is I'll watch Bleach. I have it playing, you know. Let's pull it up. I have all these things. Oh wait, there's a better way of doing that would be to go to Finder. We're not gonna have any audio, obviously, because then I'll get banned or something. Stupid. Media, TV. Nope, not that. TV, Bleach. Or actually, no, Blood C. Let's do some of that. What you know about Blood C? Pull that up. And pull that down. We got some Blood C going. I haven't actually watched this yet. I've had it for a long time, and I'm like, I'll get to it. I have a lot of anime stuff that I got when I was in college, and you know, like when I was in my early 20s, and I was like, I'll watch them eventually. And it's been kind of great because now I don't have a job, so like I'll watch it for an hour or so while I work on my laptop, or I'm sitting over here on the NPC. Is that show your real-time Mac info? Yeah. LM Studio is like language model for large language model studio. It's a way to have a bunch of language models, like LLMs, and you can run these things locally, which is why I'm using it. So instead of going to ChatGPT, I can run it locally. Now, now that I say that, I realize that maybe I should. Wait, did it collapse? Wait, hold on. It didn't collapse. Okay, gosh. I gotta look for my last message. Oh, here we are. Yeah, so I want to put this in ChatGPT too. Not sure what that's about. So let's see what this does. And this is using 4 mini high. Okay, fine, whatever. I guess it's closer to this, what I'm doing over here. But yeah, you know, let's pull this up. Oh, this is in Chinese. Oh, okay. So I know only some of these. So Ren something Eho, or is that Eho? Yeah, Eho. Joe E something Ni something. I don't know this character. Just something, and then I don't know that something down. Now let's see if this is. Do I have the subtitles for English? Maybe I have to put in the file. So we'll add the subtitle file. So SC, that's Chinese. Oh man, don't tell me I don't have it in English. Which is okay. That's fine. This gives now I have a real reason to watch this. Woman, it's in traditional. Oh gosh, I don't know traditional. That may be why I don't know some of these characters. It looks familiar. So this is what just your, I don't know that in traditional something. I don't know. God, man, I don't know. This is traditional. I only know simplified. I have to figure that out later. The first 5 minutes involve Ukraine, Russia, and the CIA. 3 things I don't care about. 3 things I don't care about. Okay, ChatGPT is finished. Now, it seems that DeepSeek or whatever this is getting stuck. So let me stop, and I'm gonna let's eject this model. I'm gonna use Llama 4, which I installed the other day. In fact, I'm gonna delete this chat, and we'll start a new one and just prompt that message. Dang, I forgot to copy the assistant stuff, but that's okay. I'll get there. So ChatGPT, here we are. So ingredients. Wait a minute. 4 gram. Oh, shit. I forgot to scale the liters. I should have put 100 milliliters, but yeah, whatever. It's fine. Yeah, they should. Yeah, should do something. Yeah, but as I was saying earlier, sometimes I'll have it playing when I'm on my MPC over here making my music, which is kind of cool. And I get to zone out. I don't really actually watch what's on it. It's just on there. What's up, Casual Economist? How you doing? Oh, here we go. So, okay, so we have 70 grams, 35 gram, 35 gram. Why? Wait, what? 6 gallons, 5 by 13, 1.74. Oh, okay. So you need this much. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Oh, no, it does make sense. Okay, so this makes 1.74 liters. Finish the batch, combine all with 20 liters of water until you'll see. Okay, all right, yeah. So that's right. Now, technically, that is right, but how much is 1.7 liters? Shit, I don't know how much 1.7 liters is. 1.7 L. Okay, all right, I can do that. Okay. I was thinking, I was just like, will that fit in my oh no, it won't, because I reduced the syrup. God damn it. So then I only have a 2.5 quart saucier. This thing right here. I know y'all may not know what a saucier is. So all clad G5 2.5 Q saucier. Where's the thing right here? Wait, what? Why did it take me here? So this right here. This isn't my largest vessel, but this is the vessel that I need to use because I reduced the syrup. I don't want to use my saucepan. My saucepan would take too long. Plus, it's hard to stir stuff because it's straight edged. It's 3 quarts. 1.8. Even that's not enough. Never mind. Now, I thought they had a 4 quart saucier. Maybe they don't. Maybe that's the D5 series. Let me see. Maybe I need to D5 brushed. Do they have a saucier? Oh, you know what? It may be Demier that has it. Let's just 3, 2. I know that's not what I need. 2.5 quart, 2 quart. Yeah, it must be Demier. Demier. I think they make a 3.5 or 4 quart. Yeah, they do. Perfect. Okay. No, get away. Oh, 15% off. Oh, shit. 15% off is actually pretty decent. That's like $40. Maybe I should, maybe I should get this. Oh, they're sold out. Never mind. I can't. Save what? I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Yeah, so this will be better for what I need. But they're sold out. They have it in, none of these look familiar to me. Sawgrass, San Marcos, I-35. This is Texas. Okay, I can go here at the San Marcos factory outlet. I need to go to Austin anyway. Maybe I'll go pick one of these up. Because 1.8 times 2 is what, 3.6? Wait, how big is this? Oh shit, no, never mind. It's still not big enough. Okay, well, fuck it. Alright. Watching the first 3 minutes is almost better. What were we talking about? I would join the Illuminati to watch those first 3 minutes. Well, I'm sure a lot of people would join the Illuminati because people do it all the time for all kinds of reasons. Go ahead and get this and see what this comes back with. So this is using Llama 4 instead of the R1 DeepSeek MOE 24B. What, I forgot what it's named, but let's see if this does better. It shouldn't loop over and over and over again. Now, I forgot to update that this is actually per 100 milliliters. So I'm going to correct it after it gives me a response. Hopefully it gives me one. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so yeah, let's say I made a mistake. The ratio is actually 40, 20, 20 in grams. All right, let's see if it can handle that. Context is full. Wait, 30, context is 30. Oh, okay, so I should be able to give this more context. How do I do that for this model? Is it here? Yes. Context length. So I can jack this up. Yeah, this is. Oh, I'm not about to reload it. I'll do it later. Did it stop? I think I made it stop. Or maybe I didn't. Let's see how it compares. So I think it stopped. No, it didn't. What was the, I have a product. Did I give it the same? I did. I don't know why these are different. The math that it did initially, the 1/3, I think, yeah, that's correct. I can't come. Okay, all right. So 1,000 milliliters is 1,000 grams. So that would be 1 kilogram. So we'll do it by weight then. So, okay. So 40 or 20 G plus 1 kg water. Forty G plus 1 kg of water. What is an ounce? I don't know what an ounce is. 1 OZ to ml. Oh, what? Oh. Okay, 28.35 G. Okay. I'm gonna just go with that. Let's see if it knows what to do. Let's see what it's doing. Ingredients: 80 grams water, 1,000 grams. I'm trying to figure out where did this extra 10 come from here? Because it got it. This is 70, and this told me 60. I don't know if I believe this. Ah, look at this. They're using some type of ASCII thing. It looks like it could be a watermark. So ingredient 2, 3, and 1. And while that's doing that, I'm also going to ask another one. So we're going to try 4 or 5 and ask it to do the same thing. So it did update, but it didn't tell me whether or not it was right or not, or why it was right. It's just presented it as if it's correct. All right, so while that's doing its thing, I'm gonna jack up this because I can. And we'll reload to apply. Okay. So how many 10 ounce servings is that? How about 8 ounce? So I'm glad that it got this part right here. The 12 parts, that's actually close to right. It's technically 1.5, so it would be 8 parts. No, yeah, it would be 8 parts. So 77.96. Okay. I'm giving it just 5 gallons, and I'm hoping that it can figure out that I'm talking about water. Oh wait, I just reloaded it. Okay. Oh wait, whoa. Oh wow. Okay, I was not expecting that. I am pleasantly surprised. Cause I reloaded it, so all of the context went away. So, man, that's cool. Sure. Okay. It's nice to know. And we're gonna do the same thing here. How about scale recipe for 5 gallons? It's not the same, but this could be. It may answer this, and I don't want that. I actually want this up here. I never asked it up here. Maybe I should have. Obviously, I'm not good at testing these things. I had to do it more often to get better. And I saw .NET. Why is .NET still running? MS.NET Tool C#. VS Code extension .NET Tool Dev Kit. Yeah, why is this running? Or is this not actually running? Nah, it's definitely getting CPU time. What the hell? Code analysis. Do I have VS? Oh, wait. Okay. No, okay. I'm dumb. It's because I have Visual Studio up. I'm like, why is this here? Okay. Oops. Ah, shit. Oh, okay. It does. Now it breaks. I was gonna say, yeah, whatever. I really wish that this stuff was part of top here. Maybe there's an extension for this that will give me that. Okay, so serve required 1.4 liters. So maybe I just go with this, cause I can fit. If I buy that thing, I can get 3 liters and then boil it down to this required amount. And I have to do, or I don't know, I'm doing this so that, I won't say what it is, but I'm doing it for a reason. I don't want to have to boil it off, but I need that amount of water to begin with. Otherwise, too much absorption takes place. So maybe instead of doubling the water, I just like put 50% more water or 25% more water, and I don't have to go out and spend another $300 on a pot. This gives me about 1.5 liters, almost about. Okay, that's cool. What does this say? Put it in user mode. 58, 24. 29, 12. Okay, yeah, same thing. Look at that. It's a little off, but it's only off because it's the units of precision is only using tenths, whereas this is using hundreds. So this is accurate if we go up to hundreds, just like here. This is going into the thousands, so we'll just go into the hundreds here. All right, look at that. Okay, so far a success. I guess my little show went off, so we'll move on. All right, so there's that. We did a peak of 142 watts of power. No throttling, which I don't expect to have any kind of throttling. Oh, you know what it's doing? I see. Okay, so wait a minute. Saying the CPU, GPU, and A&E peaked at 142, but the GPU alone was taking 140. So that means that the CPU and the A&E were barely being touched for any of this. In fact, I see it here. That's not actually being used. Now I want to see, you know what? I want to figure out, like, can I actually get this? Can I do it without sudo? Because I did it the first time. Yeah. Okay. All right, so y'all are about to see a preview of some photos that I am going to be, well, they're already scheduled, but whatever. So I'm gonna take this food one and see if there's some type of AI thing that I can do to try to get the A&E to do something. All right, so we see here, and let me make this a little bit smaller. We'll do that. We'll also open up top again for photos. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna click this. Does A&E do anything? No, it's just CPU. Put the S here. Okay, so that didn't do anything with the A&E. If there should be a way I can like click on this and it select something. No. This is photos. Of course I can't do anything. It's fucking trash. I hate Apple Photos with a passion. I don't think I can hate a piece of software any more than I hate this. So okay, so it's okay, share subject, copy subject. Okay, that's what I want. So that right there is doing, that has to be, that interaction had to be the A&E. What else could it be? Let me eject these and close this so that I'm not spamming myself with other processes. Okay, so we'll close that, close this, and then that. Obviously I can't close everything, right? Like I can close, that's not doing anything. Okay. Okay. CPU right now is 0. So let's see if I do copy subject. It went up to 0.1. But I didn't see any A&E. So I'll copy it. No A&E. Okay. So now what I'll do is use the services, and I don't see the, oh, is it in quick actions now? Remove background. So I'm gonna try remove background. I'm gonna do this one and see if that hits the A&E. Didn't. Okay. This also may not be a high enough resolution image. All right, let's try using with Pixelmator or Photomator. All right, that takes longer. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay. It does use the A&E, but that took longer. Much longer. Let's see. All right, let's try this again, but let's just use the remove background from macOS, which is a lot faster. And the result is actually better. To some extent, like it has more edges. I don't know. I don't have a better word for describing that, but it has more edges right here. Let me make it bigger. Oh, not as big as it's gonna get. But yeah, that did a better job. See, none is here. Obviously, it could have done better, but wow. So the A&E is slower than the processor for that file. Interesting. Okay. I wonder what else I can do that potentially packs the A&E. That's the only thing I can think of. Oh no, that's not the only thing I can think of. I have another one that is probably using it. I don't know, but I've had my suspicions. And open up Final Cut Pro right quick. It's the voice isolation. I wonder if it's using the A&E. So I have this section here. So I was talking. Do that and then do that. So that little section. And I should see Media Engine in here somewhere. but I'm not seeing media engine. Yeah, I wonder if I need to give it additional settings to see that. Let's put it down here. So we'll do ASI top dash help, see if there's anything. All right, interim color, show cores, max count. Nah, okay, so there's nothing else that I can do with that. Okay. Yeah, I thought that this showed the media engine stuff. Media total memory, media engine max bandwidth. So it's saying that some of it is just a guesstimate. GPU, performance, efficiency, memory, package power. Huh, okay, well, I don't see the media guide. Okay, well, that's okay. I'm not, I was just curious. That's not what I'm really testing here. So we'll play. All right, and then we'll come in, make sure that's selected, and then do voice isolation. Do we see A&E go up? No, that was fast. That must have used the CPU. Holy shit, that was too fast. Okay, so this clip is only 2 minutes. Let me go to something that's a lot longer. Oh, what? Oh, it's, relink. Wait, what? Oh, wrong one. That's here. So this is not even it, because I don't think I was doing any talking here. That's not even it. So these are like this because I've moved things, and I should probably not move it, relink it immediately so I don't forget. I have any talking here? Maybe here? Yes, so I have talking here. I'll take it off. So I see the P core is going up. Let me for Final Cut. So it's using CPU to render out these right here. It's gonna take a while. It should at least. Then we'll put voice isolation on in a second. Does that use the A&E? Nope. It uses the performance cores. So this is CPU bound. Interesting. All right, let me undo all of that. Yeah, that's the only other, those are the only workloads that I can think of that could potentially use the A&E. So Photomator uses the ANE, that's the Apple Neural Engine. However, if I use the system background removal, that uses the CPU and it's faster. Something else that should use the ANE, I can think of one other thing. So let's go and look at a book. Not a book, you know, like a paper or something. Come into media and papers. And oh wait, no, this isn't a good one. I need a PDF that's actually a picture, and I think I have one, and that should be in books. I think one of my math books is technically just a bunch of photos. Yeah, this one right here. If I'm not mistaken. It probably isn't. So let's see if I can select these things. So we're gonna come up here, close that down. I don't need that anymore. So if I can select these, okay, no, this is font. It's not an image. Okay, I gotta find an image. Oh shit. I'm sure one of these is actually a picture. Yes, this is obviously a picture. Okay. Perfect. It's a scan. That's what I mean by a picture. Okay. So it's a short book, but that's okay. So I'll look at that. Look, ANE is being used. So okay, so it must, wow, okay, that was fast. It must have parsed this when I opened it. Let me close that. Let me open it again and see if, oh, what the hell? Why? I don't remember closing this Finder. Maybe I am. I don't remember closing it though, but I'm sure I did. No, obviously is. Everything is user error. Okay, so when I open this, I'm expecting to see the ANE shoot up and not my CPU. So let me go ahead and close that out. So we'll look at the CPUs as well. Put that up here. All right, maybe it saved it somehow. See if I can find something else that's probably a picture. I should have like the things. There's like a book on things. What is a thing? I think is what it's called. Yeah, this right here. Yep. It did it when I opened it. So that's really fast. Wow, that's, oh wait, no, it's still doing it. So as I scroll, look, as I scroll, it's doing it. So I'm pretty sure nope. Oh wow, it's really fast. So it's not greedy. That's cool. So they are thinking a little bit. This is a book by a very famous philosopher called What is a Thing? Okay, so what do you call it? I don't know. The OCR effect, I suppose I'm gonna call it that. OCR is powered by the ANE. So when you open up a PDF and preview on a Mac, the ANE it's what allows this right here. Because this is actually a picture and I can copy the text from this picture. That's cool. Okay. So yeah, this tool is already useful. I'm now starting to get some insight into how the system is using the ANE, because I'm just like, I don't know how to even access it. There's very little documentation on it. But yeah, I think I have had it talking to myself. I'm gonna go. So If you made it this far, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Those do help. And yeah, I will maybe be back later. I have a ride tomorrow with the Ducati group, so I will not be back tomorrow for a live stream for sure. Friday, we'll see. It depends on what ends up happening, but you know, maybe I'll be around sometime in the next few days. If not, at least once next week. So yeah, have a good night. Peace.